Rebbe Yoel and I, who came to Cincinnati to research. We were chosen to research. They have a place here, American Jewish Archives. So we met, and he's a Mashpia in Binghamton, right, in the Tomchei. So, Baruch Hashem, that the Eibishter helps, and the Rebbe helps a Yid to be able to be there with a yarmulke, with a beard, with tzitzis, and everyone happy, and again, it sounds good, right? The question is, Binyamin, what is it relevant to all these young bocherim? The future. These are the future.
The present.
Yeah. No, states of the present. They're the present that will be the future. And the answer on one hand is, it's not relevant. It's not relevant, you know. But on the other hand, it is relevant. What's irrelevant? So today the lady, the director over there says to me, you know, sometimes I see these young boys walking by with their tefillin. That's what she told me today. And then I see him at Trader Joe's. You kids, you bucketeers. So, number one, I'm not a Rebbe, but I'm giving you a compliment. Gewaldig, emis. And Rabbi Dalfin, I want to tell you that, you know, I travel around, and you go around to yeshivas, and I come around. I'm very impressed. And we sit to Milan, to Medavin, with hats and jackets, and Medavin Pavolia. Pavolia is a Romanian Shabbat, it means slowly. My father's a Romanian, so I know some Romanian Shabbat. Pavolia, you know, slow, mamish, beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And this is not the lady yeshiva. So, you'd base Tammuz. You know what they thought? Michael, you know what they thought? They thought that Judaism, Yiddishkeit, authentic Judaism, today there's a buzzword, it's called authentic. It's one of the most famous, important words today. Next year will be another word. Today it's authentic. Are you authentic? You know what authentic means? Are you emis? They thought that Michael, his grandfather was one of these Chasidism who fought for the Friedrich Rebbe. His grandfather, Rabbi Dalfin. You know, he was one of the soldiers, one of the boys in Russia. His grandfather. He came to Detroit, and then came to Front Heights. But well, the point is like this. The point is, they thought the KGB, the Kibada, and the Mamzedim, they thought they would wipe us out. Who's wiped out? You know who's wiped out? An empty campus is wiped out. $100 million of real estate is empty. It's a ghost town. Now, for Binyamin and my purpose, going into a ghost town when we need to research is gewaldig. It's quiet, and you have access to everything, and you can't have more than 6 or 7 people in the research room. I'm saying, Mitzidom, from where are your students? Where are your people? Look, Kanei Nahara, 50, 60 Bacharim, Hanhola, a building, right? Yiddishkeit, Frumkeit is growing. Now, I'm not saying this, you know, to put them down. That's not a Yiddish mahala. It was never the Rebbe's mahala. To become, you know, stronger, you don't have to put down someone you shouldn't put down someone. From Zweitenseit, the recognition, realizing that, you know, that Torah works. Chasidus works. Nigla works. But this is a possible connection to the yeshiva. You don't know because it's not relevant, but Rabbi Dalfin knows very well, you know. This was the seat of Reform Judaism was Cincinnati from 1875. Everyone knows, you know, those that know the history. And look, who's on top now? The Chabad-Lubavitcher Yeshiva, Tomchei Temimim. Chassid must know what he has. Bochanim, you need to know what you have. You have a gold mine. Like Rabbi Dalfin said, in the present, today, you have a gold mine. To sit today and learn Chasidism in the middle of a July and learn Nigla. Have a yeshiva. In my time, we didn't have a yeshiva. In the summer, we went to Camp Dan Yisrael. We went to bungalow colonies. You can't imagine how the Rebbe gave Ibn Cup those that went to bungalow colonies. It's like he used to say, we geht auf Vacation zu haben, aber noch der Kunden darf in sich abruhen von der Vacation. You go to vacation, you need to come back, you need to rest again from the vacation because you're so tired. And we get that room with the kurze Häuserlach, the shorts. The Rebbe saying, well, you remember, these were the Rebbe's Oisius, I mean, it was the Farbrengens. And today, look, in July, it means it's Tammuz, it's Tiefenn Tammuz. Remind me, I didn't do Kiddush Lavon, please remind me of Kiddush Lavon. So, it's Tammuz, you base Tammuz, you give it to an item, right? And a full Seder, a yeshiva. It's a Gavaldi, and the Rebbe wanted this. You should know, I heard from Rebbe many times. He wanted camp for those that need to go to camp, no question about it, and it's Geret wegen them. But those that are shy to learn, and today, and not Pechat Vorim, with that Holy, but I can understand that this, for you is probably more important. You'll have your camp fun. You'll have your camp at night. I remind myself, you remember Mendel, you probably got Yisrael. The night activity directors, the night, it was Zish winner, Tusha winner, Yossel Brod, Ichik Rifkin. I remember they made, I think it was Lamed, they had, not the color where they had like a circus, a carnival. These were the best Bacharim in 770. It was a top Bacharim, And they were performing. Summer, they gave to make the kids, to make us happy, to make us freilach, you'll have your time. It's Hashem when you'll be, if you want to do that. But in that learning. And you have to learn Nigla. Reiv Halimut, most of your learning in this age, if I may say so, in front of the Yeshiva and the other people, Mashpia, is Nigla. Now, vielleicht see this, versteht sich, but Nigla, you really have to learn a lot of Gemara, Taisvis, Maram Shif. You have to learn, Daf Ken and Lernen. You really have to learn, and Daf Horovin and Lernen. Some of you probably 14, some of you 16, 17. I remember when I was in the Lubavitcher Yeshiva in Ocean Parkway, our Mashgiach, I think he was called at that time, was Rabbi Yoel Kahn. Rabbi Yoel Kahn, I can just tell you, you look at him at that time, on the outside, quiet, he didn't speak much, went over to him, it's like, if you enjoyed learning. He took me once into the library in Yeshiva in Ocean Parkway. I don't remember you were in Ocean Parkway. Remember the library next to Rashad's room? Full of svarim. Oh. And he says, Chaim, nema reis ha-sefer. I took out a sefer, and he starts late, and he starts rattling off the same shot in the sefer. Nema tzveite sefer, take another one. I don't know. I didn't go through every sefer, but he was a fountain of learning. Go'enis, he knew else. Right? That was this little Lubavitcher. He's not showing off, the grace of God, but the man was mamish, moli, v'godish, v'teira, nigla, is, godish with nigla, I'm not talking about his frumkeit, how frummy, it was mamish frum sheba frum. They would call that frum, Him and his brother Zalman. Zalman was made with the Rav, with the Shtar Mechira, the Ganze Meise. whatever. They were like the only two at the time. Probably today there's more people that do it with the Rebbe. Not only another Kaplan, whatever. It's not again now. And Chasidism, real Chasidism Jews, real dedicated. I remember the Rebbe Tammuz was up by Farbrengen. The Rebbe said once, the Alter Rebbe was able to get to the Misnagdim by showing them first that they can learn. He showed them that he could learn Nigla. And let me tell you what says in Sefer Maimorim Tomchei Tes Lag Boimer in the Sikha before the Maimer from Friedrich Rebbe. He tells over the story about the Alter Rebbe being in a Shoma Chadosha. If you haven't learned that Sikha, it's a must to learn that Sikha. I think it's Lag Boimer Tov Shil Ches, the letter before the Maimer. And he says there that Rabbi Yisrael Polotzker and other tzaddikim came to the Alter Rebbe. No, they said, we need you to put a Reish Mem Ches on the Goyim. He put a Reish Mem Ches on us. You know what a Reish Mem Ches is, yeah? And that's communication, you know. Okay. He put it on us, and we have to reciprocate. It's in the secret that Alter Rebbe said, "After going, you can't just put a red over. If you want to really get him back, if that's what you guys want to do, Dafman, a certain type. It doesn't say the sikh what, but the Alter Rebbe said a certain type of the gevus, whatever that is." Das geich nicht tun, he said. And you know what it says in the Sikha? Why? So, machen a greise chil Hashem. That's the Lashon from Friedrich Rebbe. I don't know what it means. I'm just telling you what it says. It will make a big chil Hashem if I kind of bring a certain kind of Reish Mem Ches on the Goyim. In Sikha statements. Anyway, the poil, the Alter Rebbe said, "Das geich nicht tun." I'm not going to do that. I would say it's so interesting that the Chagas Rebbes, you know, the poil. So Polotzkin and the other tzaddikim, Grace mentioned Tzaddiki Olam, great people. They wanted to put the Reish Mem Ches on the Goyim, and who Dafka didn't? The Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe, who was the one who was the main culprit. Right? Yutes Kislev, he says absolutely not. And they say yeah. And they were upset with the Alter Rebbe. Oh, and the Alter Rebbe said it's going to cause a big chil Hashem. So Rabbi Yisrael Polotzker said to the Alter Rebbe, "B'chein zen ver macht the chil Hashem." We'll already see who's going to make the chil Hashem. And the Rebbe fainted. And the story is that it had it impacted his son, the Moshe Alter Rebbe's son. As I did say again, but I want to get to the rumors, right? It wasn't actually true.
No, the rumor is the Chil Hashem, not the right.
Right.
The rumor is the Chil Hashem. The fact that there is a rumor that that is a rumor.
So, but I want to bring out is the point that. Why did they come to the Alter Rebbe? So they said, we cannot, you hear this? We don't have the strength because we can't match the going of Vilna in learning Nigla. But you, Rebbe Shnei Zalman, they called him. You know, the Friedrich Rebbe writes in the Sikha, you know, the Litvak. You know that the Alter Rebbe was a Litvak? They don't know that. Take the Sikha, it's not my Lashon. First was a Litvak, and the Gevor not Chosid, Alter Rebbe. So you, Reb Shnei Zalman, you can match him in Nigla, therefore you have the koyach. And he didn't want anyone because of Chil Hashem, but not Ken and Len. And the Rebbe said by Farbrengen, and how did the Alter Rebbe get to many of the Litvish, to Misnagdim at the time, that they changed their whole attitude I heard a interessante Sache von Rebbe Matisov, who is a big expert now. The Rebbe is my mother. Ella Matisov told me, yeah, you wrote the Moshe, yeah. So Ella told me that the Maimorim and Likutei Torah is Shira Shirim are the hardest Maimorim. In all of Likutei Torah, the most difficult Maimorim are Shira Shirim. You know where most of the Shira Shirim Maimorim were said? In Shklov. Shklov was a Misnagdish Shtut. Davkin Shklov was a little Lubavitcher Stiefel there. They used to call the little Stiefel Lubavitcher if it wasn't the mainstay in the city and it wasn't a Lubavitcher Shtut. The Damske Shul. Damske is a Dama, a woman. The female shul, for the weaklings. The damen, the Lubavitcher little Shmekalach, they daven in that shul. But the Shklov, Shklov, it's not the Shklov. On Davke Dorten, the Rebbe said, the tiefste Maimorim that are printed in Likutei Torah and Shira Shirim. So Nigla, learn. How of it, Nigla, how of it, and Nigla, and you'll have, believe me, I can tell you. When I was your age, Ikar Limudi was in Nigla, and even older. Later I had time to learn Chasidis and Charam and Chasidis. But you get a basis, you really get a basis for life. You learn Mashpia Gemara, how to analyze a piece of Gemara, Rabbi Yoel had a chavrusa. His name was Reb Shloimeh Berma. Shloimeh Berma was as they called him. He became later a Shimon Ponovich. And they were chavrusas. They were both in Eretz Yisrael. In Tafshin Beis, Tafshin Gimel, Tafshin all of those years. I heard this from Rabbi Yosel Blazinski, who was also in the yeshiva that he told me this. So, this Shloimeh Berman, he came from Russia, so he had a verstand for Lubavitcher, nicht verschieden. And they would meet up. Then he left to Ponovich. It's an old story. He left to Ponovich. Ponovich started in Gimel, Dalet. He left Reb Sheil, who was the Mashpia, the Yeshiva, Reb Sheil's Yeshiva, Sheil Brook, was upset, but and he wrote a letter against some mice, and he signed his name. Rabbi Yoel always would tell all this story. He signed his name, Sheil Snovsky. Came from a city called Snovsk. And he gave Rabbi Yoel once an envelope to give over to Shloimeh Berman. And Rabbi Yoel couldn't control himself, and he opened up the letter. To see what state in the brief. And he writes him that he would come from Snovsk, and he signs it, Sheil Snovsker. And then he says, Sheil writes, why am I husbanding not Sheil Brook, or rather Sheil Snovsker, Sheil Snovsk, whatever? Because he said, where I got the Yiddish Shemayim was I went from Snovsk and I became a Lubavitcher Temimim. That was his code message. Shloimeh Berman is Tage Gangen in Ponovich and with the ganze, whatever. Aber es als Gedenken, the Yiddish Shemayim was in Temimim. Rabbi Yoel told me that. Anyway, so they would meet sometimes. I guess he would come from Bnei Brak, Shloimeh Berman, and Rabbi Yoel would come from Tel Aviv, and they would meet on the bus. And Berman would say to Rabbi Yoel, would say, he used to call him Gaelic. Gaelic was his name. So he said, Gaelic. He says, what's Pakistan at sight? What are you wasting your time? What are you wasting your time? What's the Zakop? You have such a genius head. Take the Charaim. Immerse yourself in learning. He was a young boy, your age, It bothered him, right? So he says, Shloimeh, some of us are less. Tell me what you're learning. He tells him which sugya, about Basra, about Kabbalah, see whatever he's learning. and he starts showing him the innovations. Er schluckt him up, the Mama shows him, versteht nicht. And he says, okay, you're in Panovich, ich bin Temimim. After they carve, that when Rabbi Yoel was in Eretz Yisrael, and he went to see Rebbe Povarsky, the Rosh Yeshiva was Rebbe Povarsky, and he had some battle. He's on his own. He's in his 90s. He's one of the Rosh Yeshivas in Panovich. They have a lot of also fighting over there. Who's the Rosh Yeshiva? Who's the main Rosh Yeshiva? Second Rosh Yeshiva? I'm not going into it right now. So Rabbi Yoel went to see him. He went to see, Rabbi Yoel was older than him, but for his father's covet, for his father, they're Cheretz. He comes to a city. Here's the son of the Rosh Yeshiva that taught him his beginnings in Igler. They went to say, Shalom Aleichem. This is on tape, so you can listen, you can check it out yourself. He says, my Tata gesagt, Rebbe tells Rabbi Yoel, if you denk, when my Tata's gekommen heim from Yeshiva, I remember my father came home from Yeshiva, and he said to me, because he didn't learn there at the time, better, he said to me, Yelik tut besser v'shleimke. Rabbi Yoel, Yelik, knows the Gemara better than Shleimer better. Shleimer better was a big Tammuz on the Yom. So we had Lubavitcher Chasidism that were Go'ayim. Finished one last put about that. I heard for the Melech Tzidla on Mashpia Morristown. He has it over for the Shmuel Levitin or Shmuel Geralter. That Shmuel will talk about a chassid named Notale. Reb Notale, I can't even pronounce the last name, the Master Nitze from some city in Jerusalem. And he told us Mises, when Melech had a good zakar, and he remembered Mamish the Mises in detail, but he told the point was that this Notale was a kleine Yidale, a little Yid. He was such a nechbal Caleb, so unassuming, you wouldn't know. And he says, he would joke about himself, Notale, he would say, so the Spayachs, Spayachs, so the blotter, there's mud in Jerusalem, in the streets, whatever, there's no pavement. In front of his house, he says, was meint it? From wo ist gekommen der Blotter? What do you think? How did this mud come here? Der Eberste hat gesehen, als Notale wird sein Arav, hat gespien, und von dem ist geworden Blotter. When God saw that Notale will be a rabbi, a Rav, he gave a spit, and from that spit there's still mud today. No, find me a rabbi like that. Find me one rabbi. Yeah, you find me. Who meant it? Not he said it because he had to say it, but he really meant it. And he's a little spit. He's nothing. And he was a goy. Melech told us another ma'aseh with him. Ashamed of Shmuel. That his daughter Leila passed away. And they came and told him, and he was learning Chasidism from Tzemach Tzedek. He was learning Chasidism from Tzemach Tzedek. From Maimer. Totally. They told him, your daughter just passed away. He didn't realize. We can't imagine this. Then later, hours later, when he stopped learning, my daughter passed away. It's a tzaveit and the Torah and everything else. And he was a goy. The Baba Shechoseh. V'kohena. So Chevra learn a lot, the Shufi, to learn deeply, don't narzich, really understand Pshat. There's learning Be'iyun, there's learning B'shufi. It's the Girsa they call it. Be'iyun, you have to harv it, you have to ask, you have to understand. A Chavrusa is a Gavaldik Zach to be able to challenge you. You sometimes, I remember Yeshiva, certain of us had more of a style, another daf, and the other Chevra, no. Taking every line, everything is Hareintracht, and to go deep into it. L'chaim.